As I'm doing this, it is 11:30 today. This is going to go out a lot later today, but to be honest, I was really struggling to think of an idea of what to do for today's video because, honestly, this video would normally go out at 6 o'clock, but I'm going to be doing a live stream tonight, so surprise! Even though I said I wouldn't. So this is going to go out probably a bit later, maybe about 4 o'clock-ish. I don't know yet. But to be honest, I do not know what could happen for the rest of the day. I really do not know what could happen. Yesterday was shocking. Absolutely shocking. That not only Javid, but Sunak as well, gone almost immediately, one after the other. And then this has triggered what has so far continued today. At this moment, two more people have officially resigned today, and someone else has tweeted out not too long ago that they've lost confidence in the Prime Minister. We just had Glenn, let me remember his name. I can't remember his name now. What's it? Glenn. That's it. John Glenn. Back out just a few moments ago, drop his resignation. Just how many are going to be left by the end of today? And it's not even PMQs yet. It's not even PMQs. I'm sat here waiting, thinking, and watching this. And I'm like, I've got to go over to Doncaster later for a meeting, and I'm like, I want to sit and watch just to see what happens, today. But unfortunately, I can't. I've got stuff to do. But that's how it works. But yeah, I really can't predict how the rest of this day is going to go. But I think you're going to get more resignations by the end of the day. So I think officially, as of this moment in time that I am obviously recording this video, we are at 13 resignations. I highly suspect by the time this video goes out, there will have been more. PMQs could have been an absolute slaughterfest for the PM today. I don't think Boris stands a chance. I think you're going to get more resignations live that happen during PMQs. You are going to see Tories put the boot into Boris, saying, to quote David Davis, an actual good quote for once, in the name of God, please go, or in the name of God, go now. I think it is his quote. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely crazy and insane. But I generally can't predict what's going to happen in the next couple of hours. I think more people are going to resign. And I think the big question is are there going to be any more cabinet resignations? And I don't think there will be. Purely for the fact Alistair Campbell's come out today and said it exactly the same. Him and Rory Stewart did a podcast on all this and the chaos of what's going on. And Rory Stewart put it like this. He said, look, there are some really good top A-class people currently sitting on the benches in Parliament on the Tory party that could be going in and really help Boris sort this stuff out, really get some good meat and potato policies, on the table and actually help people through the tough times ahead that are to come. So far, from what, again, according to Rory Stewart, when they have gone to Boris to suggest these ideas, he has poo-pooed them, he has turned them away, he is not interested in speaking to them. Instead, he has surrounded himself by his choice to surround himself with what, again, Alistair Campbell dubs, fourth-rate stringers, people who would never in a month of Sundays be able to get another job with any of these other, parliamentary ministers. Priti Patel, why on earth is Priti Patel even allowed a cabinet position, considering she went off and tried to dictate her own foreign policy. You've had Gavin Williamson in there in the cabinet doing, the stuff that he got caught doing. It's honestly, they know it. And that's why they are backing Boris, because they know if Boris goes, there will be a leadership election. Someone will come in and they will clean house. Every single one of them will get swept away. And I think that's why Javid and Sunak went. I think they knew themselves that the end was near, and they have chosen now to distance themselves from this absolute utter catastrophe. And I think you probably are not going to get any more cabinet resignations. Probably, touch wood. It would be amazing if there was. I'm not going to lie. But everyone in the current cabinet knows full well the only person that is willing to give them a job of this magnitude is Boris Johnson. And all those people have been specifically selected because at his time, when he was in Mayor of London, this is exactly the same modus operandi Boris had in London, except prior to that, Boris had backers who insisted if he was going to run for Mayor of London, he would have to have this specific team. And this specific team that he had when he was Mayor of London kept him under control. They kept him locked in, told him, you are going to do this. And that team took care of him. Now, apparently, Johnson didn't like that. So when he became Prime Minister, he pretty much chucked any ideas or suggestions that he could have these really competent people, because why have these competent people who will tell you this is what you need to do, this is how you need to do it, and it makes you look bad because Johnson has not had any good ideas. All these successes that he has had have really come from other people. The vaccine rollout, that was mostly, NHS and the Army Logistics Corps that got involved with the vaccine rollout. They're the ones who pretty much organized it. Nadeem Zawawi, who was the vaccination minister at that time, pretty much had to just sit back and watch it all happen. He got to probably like green stamp stuff, but apart from that, that was probably it. The economy hasn't really done too well under Sunak. It's going to get even worse going forward. So I don't know how Zawawi is going to survive, to be honest. His popularity is going to take an absolute tanking. Honestly, I think you're going to get more sort of lower level junior ministers resign. But the takeaway clearly is that the Tory party has had enough of Johnson. And the big question is when will he realise? I don't think he will. Will he decide, screw it, I'm going for an early election to try and regain control of the party? That is possible. Or what I probably think is going to happen is that the Tory party is going to literally drag Boris Johnson out of Downing Street, kicking and screaming, with him literally, nails on a chalkboard, dragging him out of Downing Street while he's desperately trying to cling on. I think that is probably what is going to happen. It's not going to reflect well on the Tory party. It will do reputational damage to their party, their brand for years to come. And in a way, that will be good. Because at least we'll probably get a Labour government or a Lib Dem Labour government. And they will have to sort out all these messes. And to be honest, there are enough actual good people in both those two parties who do actually have policies to actually help us sort out through this mess. And of course, hopefully, we'll get PR thrown into that mix as well, which will ultimately render the Conservative Party never in a month of Sundays to be able to get the kind of power they have seen under Boris Johnson ever again. So, with that said, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button on your way out. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. And as always, we'll see you all next time.